colour wheel out of the catalogue on page 132. It's this annual catalogue, May 24 to April 25, and it's got this lovely colour wheel in it. Now, if you want to do some monochromatic, about 5 of the colours you can put together. So I thought I'd go from Summer Splash, Coastal Cabana, Pool Party, Balmy Blue, and Azure Afternoon. So I've decided to use those colours and see how it turns out. So here we go. Right, so we're going to start off with a card base that measures 10 by 7, scored at 5, and then I like to put mine on the trimmer, push the bottom in, and then make the top go down and push on the top. Now, if you hold it firm and then ease this like this, so you keep it firm and pushing, and I do this on the printer. Now I'm only going to score just the middle section, because if you go over your ridges you'll get a ridge. So I let it spring back. Now you can see that's perfectly folded. So now I can go down the length of it. So that's what I'm going to do, go down the length on both sides, and that's scored my card for me. Okay, so I'm now going to use Azure Afternoon, and I've cut that to 6 7/8 by 4 7/8, so that it's just going to give me that tiny bit of white going around the outside. So I'm just going to glue that in place. So as I say, it's Azure Afternoon. Oh, don't say I've done the wrong one. I'm having trouble with my glue, and don't know whether it's this one. Oh, now I've broke that pin. So is it this one that won't? Yeah, let's try my other top on there. I just swapped to see whether it made a difference, and let's see. Yeah, this is the one that works. So I'll just put the wrong one back on. Don't know why it's, I don't know whether there's an air gap in or something and it's not really working, so not bother about it. Right, so I want equal increments all the way round, so just going to have that narrow margin all the way around. Okay, make sure I've got that straight. Okay, and then I've got a piece of white. Now I'm not going to stick this, oh I can do, I will do. So I've made this piece of white. This is 4 5/8 by 6 5/8. Okay, so that this will give me a bit more of a border, so this will show more of the azure, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so I'm going to put that on there, and that gives it a nice blue border. So we need to bring that down slightly. There we go. Right, that's our base for working on. So I'm just going to move my trimmer out of the way now, and then we can bring in our elements. So I like to use the new with the old. So let me just bring in I've done. Okay, I think that's all my bits and pieces. So I've used the Forever Fern, but also I'm pairing it up with Cheerful Daisy. So the Cheerful Daisy is, I've actually cut the medium one. So I've only, I've cut the back of it. So these are from the dies I've used. I've got that I've cut off, and then I should have one more piece. Hopefully I haven't lost that. Yeah, and that piece that goes in the middle. So I'll sort them out later. But from the Forever Fern, I have used this one and these two, this one and this one here. And I did that one in the Summer Splash. I did these two, which you can barely see any difference actually, Coastal Cabana. I've cut out using the die, and I'm just going to show you that in a minute. And I've cut these two out with the die. I went from the Cheerful Daisy in silver. I've cut 3 of those. The Balmy Blue I've used there, and then the Pacific Point I've used for that one. I decided that blended, so I've used those. And I've cut out the label from the Cheerful Daisy, and we'll see what we're going to do with that. Right, now I want to show you this. Now, when I just cut out with my dies, it doesn't usually do the detail as much as this. So I put it in my Big Shot, and I have got the silicone matte, and you can get a silicone matte and a white adapter. Now I'm betting that you could adapt that to the mini, and if I cut the mat up, and then you get it doing this beautiful. Look at how it's done this one. I've never ever been able to get the detailing like that, so I'll have to show you that one day how I've done it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start, let's see how, let's just rub this because I've just seen glue on there. I don't want the glue on the back really of that. I didn't see that. Okay, right, so let's make sure there's no other that goes on it. Make sure that your card's opening up the right way. So I'm going to just sort of position these two opposite each other. So I'm just going to put some glue on them. So I'm not going to put a great deal. I'm just putting it on a few branches, that's all. So that it's free to move about, but I'm going to just bring it in. So I've probably done it about 1/2 inch away from the corner. And let's have a look at this one. So I did that. I'll just show you again the detail. Is it picking it up? Look there, the detail. Beautiful. So I'm going to bring that one down. Okay, like that. Now, I'm going to wait to see where I'm going to tuck those in, but I'm going to bring this blue now onto, I think I'm going to come out the side. I'm going to bring this down here. So this is the Pacific Point, but if you look, it tones very well with it. So I'm going to bring that. Now the greeny colours I want to bring at the top. So this is the Summer Splash. So I'm going to take the Summer Splash probably about there. And we'll bring in down here the balmy blue. So this was in the balmy blue. So perhaps bring that down there. And then we've got these in the Coastal Cabana, and I'll perhaps I'll bring those. I think I'll stick those coming out either side. Okay, that'll be fine. And then I will tuck those in later. So we'll leave that for the moment, and then we'll come back to here. Now I want to do this, maybe I'm choosing which colour I'm going to do it in. I think we don't need to do the outside. So actually I'm going to stick the outside on, and I am going to stick this on a dimensional. So I'll just get a dimensional. We'll stick this on. As long as we're not putting it too high, it will be fine. So I'm just going to stick that one dimensional, and then just put that over the top like that. And then these two, I want to put some use my blending brush. I'm just going to put the lid on this because I don't want it drying out, this glue. So let me just put that on there a minute, if I can get that on. Right, so do I want to go dark or do I want to go light? Or do I want to go a different colour? So we've got quite, don't know whether to bring in the Azure Afternoon to do it. No, I'm going to go for, I think, let's see, Gorgeous Grape, no, Highland Heather, no, Fresh Freesia. Now, let's have a look. Now, this is another thing that you can actually kind of do this. So it will actually, don't know whether it shows, yeah, it shows you, I think on here, like the triadic. So I'm going for triadic. So let's see. So they're saying Pretty Peacock goes with Wild Wheat. So Wild Wheat, Pretty Peacock, and did they say Fresh Freesia? But I reckon that will work well. I think it will work well with that as well. So Fresh Freesia, I think it will work. So I'm just going to come and risk it now and just bring a little bit of the Fresh Freesia and just put that a little bit in the middle, and I'm going to put a little bit on there as well. Just bring a little bit of that in. So we'll take that off, and now I'll glue this on. So I'll put that on and bring that in line with that. Okay, and then we're gonna pop that, just get rid of that glue because I don't want that going on the back of my card. And come bring it back in, and I'm putting that, yeah, so I'm gonna put some glue on the back of there, gonna pop that there. Okay, And then I'm going to add my little bits of silver accent. So I think I'll put some kind of there. I have a little bit coming off here, and I have to do it now. I want to go a little bit down there as well. Okay, just need to get that off there. That's a bit too much glue in that place. Okay, and I want something now for the middle of this here. So what am I going to go with? Let's see whether I've got anything that will tie in, that will, now should I go, let's have a look at this, because these are the blue one, and if I put that in the middle, does that work? Yeah, I think I'm going to go with these. I'm going to press that down now. My worry is now, have I made this too high with having that on the upon dimensionals? So I'm going to put it right. I'll go for that, and I'm going to go see where I want this one. I can see a glue strand. I just want to get rid of that glue strand. Just can see that. Oh, I'm going to go there. That's it. I'm going to go there. Right, now. So they were the fine sparkling adhesive back gems they were. So, and that, I don't know whether it tells you the colours on the back, does it? No, it doesn't, but they seem very balmy bluish to that azure in between there somewhere. Right, now, underneath there, just checking on my opening again, and I could actually tuck it under there. Right, now I want something that's a happy birthday. I'm just going to see whether this happy birthday will actually be the right size for that, or will it be too big? That's actually too big. Now, I have seen a happy birthday very similar to that, and I forgot to link two on here, is there? No, there isn't two on that one, so if I've got any more out, just bear with me. Just gonna look what we've got. A happy birthday. Let's have a look at that one. Happy birthday. Yes, that one will fit on there, but it might just hide. I'll stick that towards the end. That might be, so that is a possibility. Beryl Easter. Might put that inside. That's the one I was looking at. Oh, what's it? Wishing you the brightest birthday. I might just go with the original and use this one. That's it. You the brightest of birthdays, and we want a block. Any block will do. Now, what colour should I do? Should I pick up the green here, or should I pick up? It's going to be near the blue, so actually I think I'm going to go for Summer Splash. So I'm going to pull in Summer Splash now. Is that rounded? Didn't know whether that had rounded a bit there, so I just let it relax and bring in the Summer Splash. That's it. Drop it down. Lovely. Okay, so before I get my fingers or anything in that, and I will keep this flat, so I'm going to put this just on there, and we'll see how this fits in. So I'm just going to see if it will tuck a little bit. So right on the end there. So wishing you the brightest of birthday. So I've tucked that right in the corner. I want to make it level. There we go. And then inside, may your birthday be filled with pretty time to celebrate all the lovely things in life, starting with you. I do always like that one. Is that the one? Yes. So I'm going to strip off that. I'll just pop that on there for now. I didn't bring my cloth. There's something I can just wipe that with, so don't get it all over my hands. Okay. And we'll do the inside. Let's do the inside with this as well. We need to flatten it out, I think. Otherwise, oh dear. Let's just make sure there's nothing there. Bring that out, and let's go inside. There we go. There. Right. So I won't close that properly because I might have not allowed that time to dry. So I hope you like that. I think that's quite pretty. I like that. So thank you very much for dropping by. Stay safe, stay well. Bye for now.